ever wish that people could find you and your business online the same way they find a good Chinese restaurant or a vacuum cleaner? I'm talking about people finding you on Google. And if you want to take advantage of that sweet free Google traffic, then you need to understand what SEO is and how it impacts your online visibility. Make sure you grab my free on-demand training, WTF is SEO, at the link in the comments. But in the meantime, let's go over the basics of SEO in content. So we can't talk about SEO content without defining what search engine optimization is. SEO is basically a fancy way of saying improving your website content so that Google and other search engines can read it and serve it to the right people when they search for things online. How does it work? Google crawls your website to read everything on it. And I put read in air quotes because Google's not actually reading it in the same way you would read it, but they're basically taking all of the information in and seeing what content is on your site. Then Google puts all of that into an index, which is basically a big ass library filled with web pages. Here is where the algorithm makes an appearance. Think of the algorithm as a know-it-all librarian who has read everything. The algorithm wants to help people find the info and the answers they're looking for by giving them the best possible resources. So basically, the algorithm wants to take the very best resources on the internet and serve those to people first on the first page of Google. So how does the algorithm rank these chosen pages? Well, it's based on a number of different factors. Some of them are under your control, and some of them you have some control over, but ultimately not complete control. So these different ranking factors are things like your content, your site architecture, HTML, the reputation of your site, the links that you use, and the sites that link back to you, as well as information about the users, so the people using the search engine to find pages like yours. Their location, their search history, and the intent of their search are all things that will impact whether or not a page shows up on the front page or further down on the search engine results. I'm not going to go too deep into that because this would be like an hour-long video. I do talk about that more in my free on-demand training, WTF is SEO. So if you want to learn a little bit more about those ranking factors, go ahead and get it for free now at the link in the description. For now, let's focus on the content piece. The only way to bring in qualified, which means good, free traffic from Google is to create valuable content that people actually want to read. So what goes into this? First, you need to make sure that your website content is optimized. It should speak to your ideal client, and it should use the keywords and phrases that they would use to find people and businesses like you or products and services like yours online. Next, you want to work on consistently publishing blog posts to your website. You also want to make sure those are optimized with keywords. Again, that's a whole nother video. It's my next video, in fact. So if you want to learn about keyword research, make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss that next video. Beyond keyword research, you really want to make sure that the actual content is valuable. So we use what we call the E.A.T model: expertise, authority, and trust. So what does it mean to create content that shows expertise, authority, and builds trust? When it comes to expertise, you want to share your credentials. Give examples from your experience. Use statistics and sources to back your shit up. Tell people where you got your degree, how you know what you know. All of these things help show your expertise, which makes your content more valuable. Then we have authority. You want to give people a reason to trust you by showing them that you're an authority on the topic you're writing about. So this is where expertise comes into play. You're showing that you've done the research, that you have the education, and you're an authority on the topic. And the last thing is trust. You want to show people that they can trust what you're saying by providing honest and accurate information. Cite your sources when you need to. Make sure that you're citing other credible sources. The more valuable, trustworthy information you give, the easier it is to build trust with your audience. A big part of optimizing your content for search engines like Google is doing your keyword research to make sure that you're using the terms and phrases that your audience uses to find you. That's a topic for another time. So now that you know what kind of content Google wants to see, what questions do you still have about creating content for SEO? What have you been wondering about? What do you still not understand? Is there anything that you're struggling with when it comes to creating SEO content? Drop it in the comments below and I'll give you an answer. Or it just might inspire me to make another video. Speaking of future videos, in my next video, I'm gonna cover the basics of keyword research for your website and blog. Make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss out on any of the videos in my SEO series. And in the meantime, if you want to dig a little bit deeper into what SEO is, why it's important, and what kind of factors Google uses to rank your content, be sure to check out my free on-demand training, WTF is SEO. You can get that link in the description. I'll see you next time.